Welcome to you. My name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. I don't usually comment on price increases, but I had a video planned already and I thought I might just add to the conversation. So the video that I originally had planned is what's my view around having two Chanel wallet on chains or WOCs, and whether I think that they're worth the money. Obviously, I only just bought this one back on the 21st of September, so that answer is probably obvious to you. This one I bought back in August 2017, so I've had this one for quite a long time. And these bags are both very different in terms of their design and their structure. But I wanted to give you an indication about whether I think they're worth it and why, in the context of the rumoured price increases that are coming to Chanel. Now, it's no secret that I have slowed down in terms of my Chanel shopping. I did quite a lot of Chanel shopping in 2019, and 2020 I didn't buy anything. This year, 2021, I have purchased my Chanel 19 in the 21p, and I've got a disclosure to make. I'm not using that bag, but that's a totally different video. I also purchased my denim Chanel seasonal flat bag from the 20C collection, which I loved, and my Sunset by the Sea bag, which is currently being sold. That was a bit of a mistake. That's on the Persefair if you're interested in that. It's a mistake because the colour just doesn't go with my wardrobe, and the structure of the bag didn't work for me. And then I purchased this one quite recently, so that's 4 in a year. So what am I trying to bring to this conversation? Well, I did some sums because when I was filing away my receipts, which you saw in my thumbnail, I was interested to see how much I actually paid for my first wallet on chain. And you'll be interested to know. When I look at the receipt, I purchased that bag on the 19th of August 2017 at 4:37 precisely. This bag, small leather good, I'll keep calling it a bag, I purchased for 3,530 Australian dollars, brand new from the boutique. So this is the golden class style of WOC, and it does come back from time to time. So I'd say it's a seasonal style of WOC. It's not a classic WOC. But in terms of the prices, when I look at the prices, they're pretty relative. So it doesn't matter whether you get this wallet on chain or you get a classic wallet on chain, they're priced about the same. Now, this is not a comparison of the two, but rather, is it still worth it, right? So this one has a very fine caviar. This one doesn't have the back pocket, but otherwise it has all the same features as a standard classic WOC, and it has this beautiful, beautiful chain which looks like jewelry. So how many years ago was that now? 4 years ago I purchased this one. And I use it a lot. It's a constant travel companion. I always make sure that I have it with me so that if I do need to take something smart out to dinner while I'm traveling for work or play, I've got this little baby here. Now, fast forward to about 3.5 weeks ago when I purchased this. Not only is it a classic wallet on chain and a second wallet on chain in my collection, it's also beige, and that is really weird for me. And if you're new to my channel, it's weird because I don't do beige and I really don't do classics. So the combination of those two things together was kind of against my purchasing protocol. This bag has quite defined caviar, and it does have the little pocket on the back, but otherwise the interior layout is exactly the same as my other WOC. The only difference being that this has a magnetic closure, whereas the WOC, and there's still a sticker on. I missed that one in the unboxing. How good is that? The only difference is that, there's another sticker. Let's peel that off quickly. Now that feels good. Look at that, nice and shiny hardware. Some people will be going, why are you peeling the sticker off? You don't need to. I love peeling stickers off. I hate leaving stickers on. It's just a pet peeve. Are you a stickers on or stickers off person? Anyway, the only difference is the magnetic closure, and also this one does not have an authenticity card. This one has the little plaque in here somewhere. This one has a little plaque inside the zipper pocket at the front that indicates that it is authentic, and that's kind of the key changes. And I did do a slight comparison when I unboxed this. I'll link that video above so that you can have a look. But this one, 4 years later, I purchased for $4,190. So over 4 years, the price on this has increased by 18.7%, or 660 Australian dollars, over 4 years. Now, the wallet on chain, this is not a classic, this is a classic, there's always one released, hasn't been affected by all of the price increases that the classic flaps have. Something that's interesting to note is that the wallet on chain, in terms of its capacity to, say, the mini rectangular, is pretty close. And the mini rectangular's capacity in relation to the small classic flap is pretty close too. So by comparison, in US dollars, the small classic flap over the same period of time has gone up by $2,275, or 50%. Right? So the data that I have from Brag My Bag was that it was $4,700 US in November 2017 after those price increases. And after the July 2021 price increase, it was $6,975 USD. An increase of 50%. An increase of 18.7% over the same period of time. Is this still worth it? Yeah. For an increase of 18% on luxury over a period of 4 years, I think that's pretty reasonable. And there have been some design improvements. I mean, look at the size of this one to the size of this one. Look at the quality of the caviar, the increase in authenticity. I think there's a few things, and luxury, we really can't justify it other than we like it, we love it, we want it. But can you justify an extra 50%, and that's just at July prices for a small classic flap? What are you getting for that 50%? Exactly the same thing. But will you still buy it? Will you still think it's worth it? Well, that's relative to you. So, in closing, it's not about saying it's worth it or not, or the price increase is fair or relative or not. I don't think that's the question. The question is, will you pay 50% more, as at today's prices, for a small classic flap that is exactly the same as it was 4 years ago? And will you happily do that, the same as you might have done 4 years ago? And if these price increases in November hike that up to an even greater extent, will you pay more than 50% on the value of that small classic flap from 4 years ago? Again, however you justify that is up to you. I'm not here to tell you that it's worth it or not, because certainly I believe that for an 18.7% increase, it's absolutely worth it, because this is what I wanted. So I think before we run around and get caught up with price increases and whether they're fair and whether it's astronomical and whether you still invest in Chanel or whether you purchase something from Hermes, I'm not a believer in tiers of luxury. I think you like a style or you don't. I could have bought a wallet on chain from a number of houses. I didn't. I bought it from Chanel because I love what it stands for. I love the design. And I know that it works for me. And you will be the same when you purchase your bags from Chanel, regardless of whether they're before the price increase or after. Just make sure it's something that you want. Because as I mentioned before, you can get caught out buying things that you'll pay a premium for that really don't fit into your wardrobe. And you might be purchasing them out of panic. And we don't want to do that. Take your time. So that's all I have to say on the price increases. I was really interested to know what the price increase was over time, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was only 18.7% price difference between these two. And maybe if I'd done those sums before, I might not have procrastinated on the purchase of this one as much as I did. And I might have got the Made in France sticker instead of the Made in Italy sticker, but that's semantics. So I hope you found this a useful little video. I'm interested to know what your thoughts are. Do price increases affect whether or not you'll continue to purchase from a luxury house, or if you'll delay or find a substitute instead of paying the additional premium? I'm really interested to know, because I know not everybody thinks the same way that I do. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, so I'll see you next time. Bye.